Morning, guys. This is my first little video clip to support our assessment. So all I want to do this morning is just introduce you to what I've done and what I'm hoping we'll be able to achieve over the next 2 or 3 weeks. Now, this is our first internal. It's achievement standard 91435. Now I'm going to keep on turning to my left here because I've got another screen with some information here for you that I'm sort of talking to. So this is achievement standard 91435. Analyse an historical event or place of significance to New Zealanders. Now, given the situation we're in, I thought it was prudent to focus on an event of significance that takes place in a context that you're familiar with, which is the Waikato War. So we're looking at the Battle of Ōrākau. Now, I started to show you some notes in the last week before we disappeared. So what I've done is I've taken those notes, added to them, and put them on a website, which I've shared with you with the assessment template. And I've adjusted the template to take into account the fact that we're going to be doing this by distance. Now, if you go to the link taking you to the website, you'll see that it's got a number of pages. Now, those pages all align with the template, okay, with the exception of the home page and the sources page, but that'll all become clear shortly. So what I want you to do really at this point over the next 3 or 4 days is to read through the website. Because you can't access the library, because we can't get together to talk about these sorts of things and analyse some readings together, I've grabbed information, put it together. It's information that you can use in order to complete the assessment, which is a report for which the template has been provided. Okay, so I guess step number one is to simply read through the website, page by page. Hopefully it will start to fall into place. If you've got any questions or if there's anything you're not too sure about, write them down, write those questions down, and then you can send them to me and I can put them in the next video clip. But I'll just quickly go through the template. Your template begins with an introduction, okay? And you'll see that on the website is a page called Introduction, which will give you information for your introduction, give you some guidance on what to write, okay? The next section in your template is is entitled "The Battle of Ōrākau was a significant event in 1864," and then you'll see there's a page on the website which says the significance of Ōrākau in 1864, and it's got a lot of information there. The next section in your template is called Ōrākau's Contributions to New Zealand's Colonial Narrative, and you'll see that there's a page called that, Ōrākau's Contribution to New Zealand's Colonial Narrative. Now, just a word here, narrative is story. So in its simplest form, an historical narrative is an historical retelling of a sequence of events. Like a narrator narrates a history documentary. So that's the narrative, right? And this page and this part of this assessment looks at how we remembered Ōrākau at different times and how that's contributed to our colonial narrative or our colonial story or our colonial history, okay? And that's a contribution. And that's the reason why Ōrākau is of significance to New Zealand. The next next section in your template is the story of Ōrākau today, a case of redressing the balance, and that's your opportunity to say, to describe how the story of Ōrākau has changed, how we look at Ōrākau has changed, and then what you really need to try and do is make connections between how the retelling of Ōrākau has changed and perhaps how the New Zealand's historical narrative has changed. That's really important. Okay, and then your concluding comments. That's your conclusion, and there's a page for that as well. However, the comments on the conclusion page on the website, I can't write your conclusion for you. You've got to conclude what you've put together, but I've got some real focus questions in there for you to think about. Now, overlaying this entire thing, okay, is what makes things significant. And I've drawn on what we touched on at the start of the year, the Christine Council's 5 R's for determining significance, and they are, what makes something significant because it's remarkable at the time and since. What another thing, the way of looking at significance is how something's remembered. It was an important stage in history within a collective memory of a group. So, for instance, Ōrākau, well, it was remembered, the way it was remembered by Pākehā, by Europeans at a particular point in time, contributed to the myth of New Zealand's race relations. So that's different to how it's remembered today, and that's different to how it was always remembered by Māori who were affected by it. Change, that's another. So how much change resulted as a consequence of the event? So what changed? What are the how does the and I guess this is related in my mind to change, is what kind of ripples were spread through time from this event. So how did this event affect people's connections with the past? How has it affected the way we look at the past? And then the last R is revealing. What does this reveal? And that's significant. So what does this particular event reveal about our colonial past, or reveal about how Māori viewed the battle? So what's revealing? So those are the 5 R's. And I've got a little section at the end of each web page summarising how those 5 R's might be applied. Now, an effective analysis of significance against that criteria will put you in a strong position for merit or excellence. Okay, that's really important. I can't stress that anymore. I'm about to run out of time because I don't want this to take forever to upload. So to sum up, I've sent the template, I've sent the website, and because you're seeing this, there'll be the link to the YouTube channel. Read the website. That's your first point or call. And then we're going to look at doing each section by section, okay? Rather than just saying, here, do the whole thing. So the first section that I'll be talking about is the introduction in my next video. Take care, stay safe, and hopefully this will upload. Ka kite anō.